Okay, Dave, got your AR3500 here on the bench and just finished the alignment. On the lower side of channel, no, I'm on AM on channel 38. Mic gained all the way up. This is your echo mic. Got two-tone selected. I don't know if it's washing out or if you can see that. See those bumps on there? That's the two-tone. And I'm also hearing it on my Yaesu. Okay. I'm going to switch to one kilohertz tone. It probably won't be synced up anymore, but good enough you can see how nice and round the signal is. I'm going to put the camera down, see if I can't stabilize it for a second. Hang on. There we go. That's good enough. You'll be able to see that. That's on AM. Okay. Now sideband, I don't think I'm going to be able to get it to sync. Yeah, see, that's all you're going to see. You're going to see the 1000 hertz tone just completely covering up the modulation. All right. Amp's a little warm right now because I've been tuning on it. Let's see what kind of output power we're getting. We've got the meter on the times 2.5 position, which means we'll be reading on that top scale. That's 50, 100, 150, 200. Hello, audio. Oh, I'm still internal on the... Hello, audio. Audio, hello. Hello, audio. That's a little over 150 watts peak. That was on lower sideband. Let me get to AM. Hello, audio. Audio, hello. Hello, audio. That's, what was it? About almost 175 peak on the AM. All right. You'd asked about running the 350 high drive with the 3500. I would recommend you don't do that. I don't believe that variable input could handle 150 watts peak power. But got your tune just like it ought to be. Let's see, let me switch back to that. Turn on the receiver. I don't have a speaker plugged in, but you can see, well, we did have an S9 signal in my internal, and I'm on that. Hang on a minute, let me see what I got hooked up wrong. Be right back. Okay, I still had my test set, my 2040 set to FM. I got an FM switch on it. I checked your FM receive earlier. As you can see, it's an S9. Okay. And FM, you know, let me get right, switch it back on FM. There's the receive on FM. Okay. Switch back to AM. Switch this guy back to AM. You can hear the difference in the tone. Okay? Alright. Lower sideband. God damn it. My fingers are too damn big. Okay, I need to touch up the meter, looks like on sideband. Unless this thing is off frequency. Let's see. No, looks like it's right on frequency. Alright, I'll touch it up. I'll be back. Okay, there it is on lower sideband. Alright, 4 bars there. There's AM, 4 bars there. Or no, that's FM. There's AM, 4 bars there. Okay. See what I got on. Yeah, I got 4 bars on DW. Okay. Cut that off. Alright, I think I'm done with it. Get the covers put on it. Oh, I wanted to show you this. I made you up a power cable. One of the reasons why this one melted is because this wire in this plug was too small. Alright, so what I did, I took one of these heavy-duty Workman power cables. It's 12 gauge wire. Okay, and of course, you know, it's a 3-pin. So what I did, let me turn this off, is I modified the 3-pin down to a 2-pin. I took the red positive lead and moved it to the middle hole. Okay, and of course to do that I had to do away with this back screw. So to keep this sucker together, I used some JB weld, filled in the empty spaces and the holes around in the back, and also the screw hole, so it's not going to come apart on you. I also used my soldering iron and made a notch in the top so that you can't put it in backwards. And you can see that the red positive lead goes towards the outside of the radio. Okay. Now, your battery is gone. I don't know if this thing even is supposed to have a battery. So if you don't wire it to the battery in your vehicle directly, every time you turn it off, you're going to lose your channel. Okay? And you'll have to come back over here and find it again. Alright, I mean, it doesn't take much to get to that channel with this one because of the way it's set up. But, you know, it would still be nice not to have to do that every time you turned it off. So if you wire it directly to the battery, once you have power applied to it and you switch it off, when you come back the next day and turn it back on, it's going to be on the same channel. Okay? Alright, let me get the covers on it and I'll be right back. Okay, Dave, I'm getting ready to put your mic clip back on the radio, and I noticed when I took it off, you had used a very long screw to attach it with. I'm going to swap with you and use one of these shorter screws. On radios like this, you need to be very careful what length of screws you use, basically any radio. Because if you use a screw that's too long, it can get into the circuitry on the radio. In fact, I just had that happen to a valued customer's radio. He used mounting screws that were too long and shorted out a computer board. But anyway, I'm going to swap that for one of these shorter screws. Whichever is shortest I can get to grab enough threads to hold that in there is the one I'm going to use. Be very careful. That screw that you used was way too long. Okay? Alright, more to come. Okay, got the covers all back on it. There's your mic hanger. tightened up the mic jack for you. Okay. And let's see, what is that? Put it out for a noise blinker. A&L push on. And that's the mic. Or squelch, yeah. You see the squelch function works just fine. I know the clarifier works. Okay. RF gain, mic gain. I think that's about it. Audio, hello, audio. Still on the 250 watt scale. We're still hitting right at 150 watts on lower sideband. So our radio's working great. I think you'll really like it now. It did need an alignment. I couldn't turn the mic gain up past right there without it going into oscillations. So now you can run the mic gain wide open. Okay, I think that's about it. When I get through with the amp, I'll add that onto this video. All right. More to come. Okay, Dave, I'm in the little blue amp. Got the old power cable removed. Somebody cut that off awful short. Getting ready to put a new power cable in there. I'm going in with bigger wire. Get more current to it. I'm going to leave you, let's see, what is that? That's about 5 or 6 foot before you get to the fuses. So you can hook your fuses up at the battery. I'm going to put a set of Anderson power poles in here. That way, and just in case you want a shorter cable or whatever, you can get another set of Anderson power poles and cut some of it off and add another set a little bit closer. But it'll also give you a way to quick disconnect the radio. So I was getting ready to put the wires back in and solder them up. More to come. Okay. Got the new power cable hooked up. There's positive and there's the negative. Okay, getting ready to put the Anderson power poles in there. I'm going to put it about a foot away from the amp. And like I said, if you decide you need a shorter cable, then you can just cut the cable off and put another set of Anderson power poles on there. You'll be good to go. This little guy's got PT 9797 alphas. I may have already said that, but haven't seen these in a long time. I checked all the caps and all the resistors. Although that's an older style resistor, the value is perfect. It's a 47 ohm. The value of the caps, even though they're the older style caps, well, they're not really older, but they're axial caps. Values are perfect. Check both of these resistors. Their values are good. This is a 15 ohm. It was perfect. In fact, it was actually almost 15 exactly. We'll see that gold band around it. That means it's like 0.05% or something. I'd have to go back and look at my chart, but it's pretty stable as far as resistance goes. There's no burn marks on the board. It's one of the ones that have the 4 relays in it, which you haven't seen one of those in a while either. But overall, the little amplifier is in good condition, very good condition. All right, so let me finish hooking up the power cable, and I don't know if I may have to rivet the damn cover back on it again, because some of these holes are wallered out. That must be why they riveted it. especially like this one. If I find some really short screws that are self-tapping large enough, then I'll use those. But if not, I'm just going to have to rivet it back on there again, which I really hate to do. But it lasted this long. Well, I say it lasted this long. Somebody may have been in there already. It might be why they had to drill the holes out. All right. Okay, more to come. Okay, Dave. Got the Anderson power poles in here. You can see I left you about a foot of power cable, maybe a little more than a foot. Hang on just a second. Okay. That's what they look like unplugged. Okay. And you can buy these off of eBay. And they're also available commercially. But they just snap in place like that. Now I do not have the pins. You don't have to use the pins. I just like to put them together. But if you want to put them together where they won't come apart, you need to add the pin right there in the hole. And for the pair that goes to the amp, and the other pair that goes to the cable that goes to your battery. Okay. All right. Now I've got the cable coiled up here, but there's your fuse holders. I actually took a Workman KW2000 power cable for an RCI 2970 and took it apart. It uses that kind of fuse. Okay. Now the fuse that's in here now is I think it's a 30 amp. Let me look. Yeah, 30 amp, 5AG30. So that should hold this amp. It should be just the right size. Okay, I can't put it back together with one hand. I'm gonna need both hands to do that. And I'll tin the ends of these. Go ahead and split them up, tin them, and then you put this in, connect it to your battery. Always keep your fuses close to your supply, folks. Even if you're running a power supply at home, put the fuses close to the supply. Don't put them right at the equipment. Okay, that way if a cable shorts out, the fuse will blow at the supply, be it a battery or a power supply, and won't burn up the wire. I see a lot of people putting fuses right at the equipment, and even radio manufacturers do it. But the best thing to do is put it close to your supply, either your power supply or your battery, and that way, like I said, if a cable shorts, it blows the fuse at the battery and you don't burn up the cable and burn up your vehicle. Okay? All right, let me figure out what I'm going to do now about the case. Need to get the case put back on there, and I'll be back. Okay, this is what I did. I had one screw out of an amp just like this. Had a spare one. So I used that to measure how long the screws should be. And I took these self-drilling, self-tapping screws and put them in cutters and cut the ends off, making them shorter. Got to get that one out of there. But anyway, cut them down to that length right there. This is the last one I got to do. This is the one that had the wallowed out hole. So I don't know how well it's going to work. But I'll tell you in a minute. But that's how I solved the problem with the screws. You see both of these are brand new. Okay, more to come. Okay, got my Ranger on the bench here, so actually it's my Mirage 2950. So one out of the wife's car. the ex-wife's car. I kept it when she took off, so still got the radio. Alright, I think your preamp's dead. Damn it. Alright, I'll look into that. It'll be working when you get it. Hello audio, audio, hello, hello audio. Let's see here. Yeah, something ain't right. Got the coax cable hooked up right. And I'll be back. Okay, Dave. After swapping several transistors and trying to figure out what the hell's going on, there's a couple of them in there. I put a 2SC2999 in there. The point all the way to the left is the emitter. The center connection is collector. Connection to the right is the base. That transistor is good. I know it's good, but the only thing I can figure is that it's this relay. Okay? Because this is what happens when I turn it on. Completely disconnects it from the antenna. Not only does it not amplify it, you lose all receive. That shouldn't be happening. So I didn't figure you wanted me. I've already wasted enough time. I spent a couple of hours on this damn thing trying to make sure that I had the transistor oriented correctly. I didn't think you wanted me to spend a whole lot of time on this. It just ain't worth it. So I'm going to stop right there and put it back together and make the video and send it out to you. All right, Dave. You saw what I did with the covers. I'm just going to put the covers back on it using those screws that I cut the ends off of. Okay? All right, buddy. 7.3s, I hope you enjoy the setup. One other thing, do not use this amplifier with the 3500. The 3500 will burn this amplifier up. It will eat it. So don't do that. You need to have just a stock CB radio to run with this, okay? All right, 7.3s.